All right. Is Donald Trump the inevitable nominee if we don't get some consolidation?
Yes, of course, because you can't beat something with nothing, and you have to get, as you say, amalgamate all the support. However, remember, no one really believes if John Casey could dropped out and left, it would have been one-on-one cruise against Trump, that Trump would have been defeated. So, yes, some consolidation is going to take over, but Leland, suppose after Iowa, it still looks the way it does now with not much separation between these candidates. I mean, that poll we just saw from New Hampshire, within the margin of error, DeSantis could be second still or fourth. So,
right, and Donald Trump is at 40+%, the runaway favorite.
But Leland, he has a ceiling he can't get through to make himself electable, and he may have a floor he can't fall below to prevent him from being nominated. That's the Republican dilemma.
Well, and the Republicans seem to be, for lack of a better term, sort of completely paralyzed within the group that is not Donald Trump running for the nomination.
Well, they've got different theories about how to do this. The people who are stressing Iowa want to have what they call a slingshot effect. They come out of Iowa and land with momentum in New Hampshire. Chris Christie's having none of that. Chris Christie says, I'm going to ignore Iowa, and I'm going to retail politic in New Hampshire, at which he's very good. Chris Christie is fun, partly because he has a New Jersey frame of mind, which means he's like a man looking for a bar fight.
We're going to dive into this a lot tomorrow, but the Donald Trump of 2024 is not the Donald Trump of 2016. I covered him. I covered him at the White House when he would spend so much time with the press at the rope line on the South Lawn as he went out to Marine One. They'd send the decoy helicopters to refuel, and we'd run out of questions. It was sort of this wild time of accessibility to a president of the United States. Now, Trump shows up in Iowa. He's surrounded by his aides and his Secret Service detail, doesn't meet with the press, doesn't do local interviews, goes back to his plane, takes one question, flies away. What are we to make of Donald Trump now for, I don't know, I'd say running from the basement or a safe campaign in a way that's very un-Trumpian?
Well, all the questions he's going to get right now concern felony indictments. And there's no really upside to a constant conversation about your problems with the federal prosecutors.
Yeah, well, that will encourage one to, well, is that really fair, though? Because every time he was president, he got asked really tough questions. I mean, the press just went after him day in, day out.
He's also, at this point, he says, look, I'm 40 points ahead. What's in it for me to have these interactions? If I were trying to get attention, if I were trying to catch someone in front of me, it'd be one thing. But he's like sitting on his lead. Now, in basketball, they used to have a four-corner stall. Then they put in the 30-second clock in college basketball, so you couldn't do that. The question is, can you still do it, not in basketball, but in American politics?
Yeah. So far, there's not a shot clock in politics. It's good to see you, sir.
Good to see
Thank you, as always. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.